Hey, everybody. It is Candace Byrd Davis. Super fired up, super excited to actually be coming to you live today. So listen, guys, there's a lot of people chiming in. And as you guys are chiming in, go ahead and let us know where you're chiming in from. Just excited to come to you guys today because this is going to be the first time that I've ever been able to do this type of interview with somebody. And I'm actually truly honored and grateful for him to actually take time out of his busy schedule just to hop with us tonight on this interview where he's going to allow me to ask him a few questions. And then we're also going to turn it over to you all who are live to ask questions in regards to what's going on with him, the products that he used, the business that he is in, and how he's been able to get his results. I apologize because I am going fake. My phone is ringing, so I apologize. But, you know, without further ado, I actually have the privilege and honor of actually being live with none other than who we all refer to as Mr. Chewy. You know, I get super excited just talking about this man, his beautiful wife, their testimony, you know, and being able to meet them on multiple occasions. And just so you guys know a little bit about the background, the person that we're talking to today is Mr. Jean Garcia, guys. And I get excited because, you know, we were just talking in a chat the other day, and I was telling him, I said, you know, I went back and I started looking, and I actually started tracking this Jean. And I started looking, and I was like, wow, like I really messaged this guy November 23rd of 2014, literally the very first day that I got into the TLC business. And it's so funny because, you know, over that time, he kept telling me he wasn't interested in the business. He wasn't interested in the products. You know, it was something that he wasn't looking for at the time. But then, you know, what happened was, hold on, let me actually make sure that this is seeing both of us. So let me make sure you guys are seeing both of us because it looks like it's cutting some of us off. So give me 1 second here. But, you know, what I was doing was I was actually looking through some of our past messages, and I saw that I had sent him the information about joining Total Life Changes about 8 different times. And at that time, he refused. And it only took him about 2 years to finally message me and say, you know, hey, Candace, I want to take a look at the products. I want to take a look at the business. So, guys, I definitely want to introduce you to none other than Mr. Jean Garcia. Super excited, Jean. So I definitely want to tell you thank you so much for jumping on this Facebook Live with us just to do an interview and just to share with everybody the business with TLC. But before we do that, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, Jean? You know, what you do, where you came from, and, you know, when did your weight really become an issue for you?
All right, cool. Hello, everyone. This is Jean Garcia, director of TLC. Can you see me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, so what you said, repeat the question again?
It was pretty much just tell us, you know, a little bit about yourself and tell us, you know, just to start the interview off, when did you realize that your weight became an issue?
All right, so like I said, my name is Jean Garcia. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. When I was 11 years old, I moved to Camden, New Jersey, lived there for about 8 years. Graduated high school in 2010, moved to West Virginia to go to college. Ended up dropping out of college. College was a little expensive for me. And then after that, I met my amazing, beautiful, gorgeous wife. We had a child. During the time, when she got pregnant, it felt like I got pregnant because I gained a lot of weight in the process, probably like between 10 to 15 pounds during the 9 months that she was pregnant. I knew that my weight started becoming an issue. 2014, my grandfather passed away. I actually gained about 25 pounds of just stressing a whole lot. Couldn't deal with the fact that he was gone. And that's when I really started noticing something wasn't right. I wasn't taking care of myself. And that's when all the health issues started coming little by little, little by little. So.
Awesome. So, Jean, let me ask you, you know, because you've dealt with it for some time, you know, what was your previous attempts at trying to get the weight loss off? You know, what were your previous trials, tribulations on trying to do this before you truly had success with it?
A few of the things that I tried.
Uh-oh, guys, be patient with us. I think we just lost Jean for a second, but we're going to get him back on. I know when we were first getting on, we were having some technical difficulties, but I promise you, he definitely does have a powerful story. So I want you guys to hang tight. Yes, it shows that he's actually getting ready to pop back on again. So just bear with us briefly as he jumps back on here, because, you know, there's going to be some questions that's really going to rock your socks when you hear his answers in regards to what he's been able to do. And then also you're going to have the ability to be able to answer questions. Oh, I can hear you. You're back.
I'm back. All right. I don't know what happened. All right. So I'm sorry. The question was about the dieting and stuff, correct?
Right. Like, what were your previous attempts, Jean, at trying to lose weight before you actually started becoming successful with it?
Man, like I was saying, like I was trying to do diet plans. The diet plans were hard because my diet was horrible at the time. I tried working out. I remember when I first moved back up here to Pennsylvania, I think the first year I went to the gym consistently and probably lost like 2 pounds. It was horrible. Everything that I did, I tried. Calorie counts, that was bad as well. I couldn't do it. I couldn't even stick to a 1,700 calorie diet a day to even try to lose the weight. Fast food was like best friend to me. Like, that was my diet. I remember the first time I tried to go on the diet, my best friend was like, "Gene, you gonna go on the diet?" I said, "Yeah, sure." I was eating Chinese food and takeout food like every day. And I was like, that's my diet. I could not do a diet to save my life. So I think that was the hardest thing, was actually sticking to a diet.
I agree, because I'll tell you what, that was one of my biggest things. Well, you know, you and I have had a lot of personal conversations in regards to my weight struggles up until Total Life Changes. And one of the biggest things for me was definitely sticking to a diet as well. So I feel your pain. So the next question that we get a lot, that I've been asked a lot, Jean, was, what was your light bulb moment that pushed you to want to lose weight? Where were you at in life, and what was exactly going on that pushed you to want to lose weight?
I'm not gonna forget this. Last year, October, it was about a week or two before my birthday. My birthday's October 19th, so about a week or two before that, I woke up, normal day, and I just felt like I was just warm the whole day. Next thing you know it, I started feeling weird. My chest pains came back. They were really bad. I felt a heart palpitations, which I didn't feel for a while. And I was like, you know what? I looked at my wife. I was like, I'm going to the hospital. Let's go. Went to the hospital. Doctors was like, okay, your blood pressure is high. You need to lose weight. You need to do this and that. And I think the number one thing that made my light bulb go off was my why, which, you know what my why is, my daughter. Yeah. My why smacked me in my face. I looked over and I was like, okay, so I guess that it's either I'm going to change now or she's not going to see me grow up. I'm not going to see her grow up. That's simple. So I decided at that moment, I was like, I needed to change. And I looked at my wife while I was laying in the hospital bed with everything on me. I looked over at my wife. I was like, I'm calling Candace tomorrow. I'm not playing. And she was like, are you going to really stick to this? I said, yes, because you remember I had tried the tea before and I did it once and I disappeared and I didn't do it again. So I think that was my light bulb moment, because of the fact that I wanted to avoid staying on any sort of medications,
I think we possibly lost him again, guys. Just hang tight, because he's getting ready to talk about, you know, some of the medications that he was on and some of the things that he's been alleviated from. And I'm going to tell you guys, you know, in this testimony, this is a real person who has used real products, who has had real testimonies. So we're not going to claim to cure or mitigate any diseases with what we've been able to do and with the products that he's been able to consume. But, you know, it's always great to hear their testimonies, because, you know, somebody on this Facebook Live right now is definitely going through something that he has went through. Maybe you've had that wake up, that shock treatment moment where, you know, the doctor, much like myself at the age of 30, the doctor told me, you know, do something with yourself or you won't live to see 50. So, you know, he's back on. So, Jean, you were starting to talk about the medications that you were on and you were able to come off of.
Yeah, so the one thing, the doctors are trying to put me on high blood pressure medicine, and my parents are on that now. Like, I knew that if I didn't do something, I was going to be stuck in the same situation there and taking high blood pressure medicine for years. And I was also, they had me on, I forgot what it was called. I think it was called Valium or something. It was a stress medication because I was stressing a lot. I had real bad anxiety. It was just bad. And my chest pains didn't feel, they weren't like pain. It was like needles going through my chest. That's kind of the chest pains that I felt every day. So, and a lot of it was coming from the weight.
Well, let me ask you this, Jean, and I apologize, my phone is going off again. But let me ask you this. How much weight did you actually lose, and how long did it take you to lose it?
Are we counting the first time and the second time, or just the second time?
Let's count. Well, give it to us in both stages, because you tried the tea in the first place, and then you backed off, and then you came back. Yeah,
so I tried the tea. I think it was late 2015, I think it was. I tried the tea out, and I lost 16 pounds. And I was like, yep. Oh, I got it all over the house, everywhere. You will always find a bag at the house. But the first time it was 16 pounds in a month, and I was surprised. I honestly didn't even want to believe that the tea was the reason why I lost the weight. And I left it alone. I knew I should have contacted you back, but I kind of just was like, excuses. Excuses got in the way.
Right.
So I left it alone. Almost a year later, that's when I ended up in the hospital, October 2016. That's when I contacted you again. And from October, I think it was till February. I started November until February. That's when I lost the 52 pounds. And that's when I was in shock. And we'll talk about Chewy later, but Chewy didn't come into play until about February. So the tea, it was all the tea, 100%. That's all I used was just the tea. No resolution drops, no nothing, just the tea.
So you lost from November to February, you lost a total of 52 pounds in 3 months. Mm-hmm. And all you did at that time was drink the tea.
All I did was drink the tea.
That's amazing.
That's all I did.
And for those of you guys who are watching this is one of Total Life Change's flagship products. It's our all-natural organic detox tea. You'll hear everybody talk about it, call it the Lose 5 Pounds in 5 Days tea. You know, this is what you're hearing people talk about all over Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. This is what helped him lose 52 pounds in 3 short months, simply drinking 2 8-ounce glasses a day, 4 ounces in the evening. So let's move forward, Jean. Because you use the tea, since then you've implemented the Chewy. You also use the Nutraburst as well. Uh-oh, I think he froze again, so we're just going to wait for him to come back on. I know we're experiencing some bad storms in our area up here in the Pennsylvania area, so he might he just dropped off. He's going to come back on. But, you know, in regards to the products that he used, you heard him talk about the tea. So, he's back on. So what I was saying, Jean, was besides the tea, you have recently introduced Nutraburst into your diet, because you were telling me that your beautiful little 5-year-old Gloria, you have to hide the Nutraburst from her and your wife, Kiara.
Oh, yeah. So I just got a new bottle last week. It's almost done. It's almost done. I'm so upset. I opened it this morning. I was like, oh, no, I got to buy another one now. And it's bad. We got to have repeat that again.
This is the product that you're talking about, right?
Yes, right here.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So we have to have at least 2 or 3 bottles a month in the house for it to last a month, at least 2 or 3.
Yeah, I agree, because it goes like water. But you know, for those of you guys who don't know, this is the all natural this is our all liquid natural vitamin called the Nutraburst. It actually got our company started 17 years ago in the basement of our CEO's home. But this vitamin is superior because it has a 98% absorption rate. So it was immediately hitting Gene's bloodstream, giving him 72 minerals, 19 amino acids, 13 superfoods, 22 fruits and vegetables. 1 tablespoonful a day was equivalent to eating 10 salads. So you can imagine how a husband would want his wife to take it and how a phenomenal father would want his 5-year-old child to take it as well. So, Jean, let me ask you, what kept you motivated when you were down? You know, going through a weight loss process, it kind of gets emotional because you might not be getting the results as fast as you wanted or what have you. But what kept you motivated to, you know, keep pushing and keep getting your results?
Honestly, my number one partner in crime, my wife, she was always there because, I didn't think I was going to get emotional. Oh, man. All right. So, I'm sorry. But my wife, because during the time that I had a lot of stuff going on, she was the one always there, no matter what. And, oh, wow, didn't really think I was going to get emotional in this. But
Love, you got an amazing wife. You know, that I call her my sis because she's like my sister. I promise you.
Yeah, but like I said, during that time of my life, it was hard. Dealing with a lot of stuff, dealing with a lot of health issues. It was very hard for me, and she was always there. And even now, like during the times that I wanted to I wanted to quit, I wanted to stop, she will be the one sitting there pushing me, telling me to keep going, telling me not to stop, telling me, Jean, come on. This is the best that she's seen me health-wise in 5-6 years. And it's, like I said, it was hard. And she's my number one motivator. Like, every time she wakes up in the morning, she makes sure she tells me, like, Jean, are you doing this? Are you doing that? Are you doing the third? And then right after that's my daughter. I wanted to make sure that my daughter can grow up. She can see me grow old. I'm ready going bald. So
shut up.
I needed
I'm hiding them there.
Oh, man. And like I said, me wanting to watch her grow up and have a family, you know, go to school, do whatever she wants in life. That's my other motivation. Like every time I wake up, I just look at both of them. I'm like, okay, I got to go get it. No matter how it is, I got to go get it. So that was my two biggest reasons why I still, to this day, I try. And I have my moments where I'm like, oh man, I want to go eat some fast food. And it's like, my wife's like, nope, don't do it. I don't. So
she's going to lay down the law. She said, no. Definitely commend you. You and I were chatting last night, and it's funny how you talk about being able to see people get old and watch your kids get old, because I kept telling you in the chat last night, I'm starting to feel like an old head. So, you know, we're actually advancing in age, which is a beautiful thing. And I think he just froze again. So, guys, we're going to wait for him to pop back on. But, you know, it's just an amazing testimony just to hear a man. You know, you hear all of us women talk about the testimonies, talk about the struggles losing weight, but, you know, to hear it from a man who actually goes through the same struggles, who actually values his family. And, you know, truthfully, he sent me an emotional message the other day where, you know, he thanked me. He was like, you know, Candace, I truly feel like you and TLC has absolutely changed my life. And it's just something amazing just to be able to watch how these products change people's lives, just to watch how these products actually transform not just the bodies, but you're also going to hear how it's been able to transform his bank account as well. So we're just going to wait a few seconds for him to jump back on because, you know, one of the number one products that he actually has been using now, for those of you guys who have been watching his story, you have been able to see him literally transform his body utilizing this product and tone up his muscles and get, you know, everything in order. But Jean is back. So, Jean, my next question to you is,
what's up?
What has hitting your goal felt like?
Real quick, I apologize to everyone that's watching. The devil is alive. This network is not working right now. So we're making it happen. But, yes. Okay, so to answer your question, how did it feel to hit my goal? It honestly felt amazing. And I really wasn't trying to look for a weight goal or like a body goal. I was trying to look for me feeling like how I felt when I was in high school, just healthy, or within my couple first years in college, me feeling like I was healthy, feeling good. That was my goal. It wasn't really a weight loss goal. It wasn't really a certain body type that I wanted. It was just me being able to wake up and run 100 miles if I wanted to and feel perfectly fine. Like I said, I was having a conversation with Javon a few weeks ago, and I was like, yo, I went to play basketball for the first time in over a year, and I felt like I could jump out the gym. I felt amazing. It wasn't, like I said, I really didn't have a weight loss goal. The weight just kept dropping and dropping, and I was like, when I got to about 35 pounds, I was like, whoa, I'm about to be skinny. And then it got to 40, got to 50, and I'm like, okay, I like this, because I feel great. Every day I wake up, I feel amazing. I take my shot of Nutraburst in the morning. So,
let me ask you, would you say that it was somewhat easy for the weight to come off with the products?
Yes, and yes and no. I'm gonna put it like this: if the products work, no question about it, the products work. My issue was staying consistent with the products. And not going to McDonald's every single hour of the day. That was my other thing. So you got, and I always tell people this, you got to play a part. The product, the tea, it was the number one reason I lost all this weight. Play your part. You're not going to see the full results that you can receive with these products that are all natural and organic. So. Definitely.
So let me ask you this. What is the biggest struggle that you're facing now in your transformation? Food, exercise, temptation? I'm going to say I don't think it's exercise. This is just my opinion, because I don't know if you all follow Jean Garcia, but he's a beast in the gym. He sent me a video when he was in Planet Fitness working out, and this man literally did a 52-inch vertical jump. And Javon and I are sitting there watching this video over and over again. And I messaged Jean and I'm like, it's time for you to start dunking. Javon messages him, it's time for you to start dunking like NBA bound. And I know one of your biggest things is, I commonly hear you calling out Coach Stormy on this TLC Total Transformation for this transformation that you have on.
Man, Stormy, listen, man, Stormy's playing. She's going to go ahead and hand the money over. I got first place. I love everybody. I'm just saying, I called it out for the first day of the competition started. I was like, tag Stormy in this picture. Tell her it's game over. I'm about to win. I love the gym. I love the gym. I think the biggest thing right now for me is food. It's just staying consistent with eating the right things. It's like, and I tell people all the time, I really didn't change my eating habits. I just changed portion control. And paid attention to what's really good for your body and what's not good for your body. And even, like I said, even now, yesterday, holy moly, pork, burger.
Uh-oh, I think he froze again, but he was about to give us the rundown of, everything that he ate. I know I heard him say pork. I know I heard him say burgers. I'm not even going to lie. I was one of the ones who had, deep fried Oreos and funnel cakes and everything yesterday. You guys saw my post say, I'm going to eat a funnel cake and I don't want to hear nobody say nothing about it. So, he's going to get back on. Actually, he's jumping on back now. The internet connection must have came. Boom! There he is.
I'm back. I'm telling you, we're making this work. Yes. It's raining over here, so the Wi-Fi and stuff's not working the best.
Right.
But yeah, like I was saying, the food, the biggest thing, staying consistent with food is the hardest part for me. Because I got my days where I wake up and I just want to eat everything in the book. And I know I can't do that because it's gonna mess me up.
So here's my question to you, Jean. I know before you even joined the business, you allowed yourself to start believing in the product by getting your testimony. But then shortly after you started getting your testimony, you decided to join the business. So you pretty much decided to drop weight and pick up a check. And, not telling everybody how much you're making because you're making some phenomenal money. But if I read your post correctly, it looks like your brand new car payment is being paid from retailing products with TLC, if I'm correct?
Oh yeah. So a lot of people don't know, but I don't have credit. Like my credit's bad. I got school loans. So my car payment, it's ridiculous, like $580 a month. And I knew my first thing was, one of my goals was, at that time, right before I joined, was, okay, I'm going to join this business. I'm going to join Total Life Changes. I believe in the products. I believe in the business. Well, like I said, I tell people all the time, I've known Candace way before TLC came around. So I know her since when everything was bad. Car repossessions, foreclosure, you name it, overweight, and I know you now. So when I joined, you made me believe, because even though I sat there and told you 3 times no, I was still like, man, I can't believe this is really going on for her. So I decided when I joined, my first thing was to be able to pay this car note. And every single month I've been able to pay the car note with TLC. I have not used any sort of like my personal money that I have to pay my car note. My car note's paid off every month with TLC checks.
I love it. I love it, because I know I saw you do a nice status the other day where you were sitting on the floor with all this tea and all these checks sitting there, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to call him up and see if I could hold $5.
Oh man! Oh yeah, I can't complain. So I love it. My daughter loves it. I sent you a picture of the gifts she got yesterday. So
and I'm telling you,
she got gift those.
Her gift table was polluted with baby dolls galore. You could tell the princess was spoiled. So, you know, definitely I'm excited for it. So let me ask you this, not just your car payment, not just all that, but, you know, with your transformation, I understand you took the tea. Yes, you took the Nutraburst, but you also started implementing the Chewy product into your regimen. So, Jean, if you would, there's a lot of people who want to know about Chewy and don't really know the benefits of it. And I always call you Mr. Chewy, the Chewy King. You know, give us a breakdown, give us a rundown of how Chewy benefits us during our weight loss process, our workout process, and what do you recommend, how we use it, and why should we use it?
So, all right. So with Chewy, amazing. And it's 100% spirulina. Has 100% spirulina in it. Now, the way I use it is when I want to weight gain, I take 2 to 3 capsules in the morning and I eat right after. The biggest problem that people have when taking Chewy and they want to gain weight is that they wait too long to eat after they intake Chewy, and it fills you up because Chewy suppresses your appetite. So if you take too long to take Chewy,
you see, he said the devil is a lie, so it turned around and it cut him off again. So just give us 1 second, because he has a breakdown of how this Chewy works, and I promise you I've been following his breakdown for like the last 2 weeks, and I have seen so much more muscle definition, so much more muscle toning that I'm completely excited and geeked up, amped up. I can't wait to see what my results are, because, you know, if you guys haven't seen his before and after picture of how he just got ripped, like literally ripped, it's from this product called Chewy. So it's all you, Jean. Go ahead.
I'm back. I'm sorry. So yeah. So like I was saying, if you want to gain weight, with me, what I did was during the competition, Total Life Changes, biggest transformation. I wanted to cut weight, so I was taking 2 or 3 a day in the morning, let it suppress my appetite, and then I will eat a normal 2-3 meals later on. I watch my calories, watch everything, and I cut 9 pounds of fat.
Wow. And
then my last couple weeks, I was like, okay, now I want to build mass. I want to get a little bit bigger. I want to build more lean muscle. So I started taking 2 of these in the morning with my breakfast, and they're capsule form. So you can literally open it up and put it in your food or put it in a drink, and it works the exact same way. So I sat there, I took 2 in the morning and I ate right after. I ate me a good, decent sized meal right after. Chewy is literally protein. So you're already going to gain a good weight. You're not going to gain bad weight with this. So it just depends on what the individual's goal is. If you want to lose weight, take it as a meal replacement. So suppresses your appetite and you will lose the weight. Still eating the right things. Biggest problem with a lot of people is that they take Chewy and they still intake a whole lot of protein. And a lot of protein is not good if you're not burning it off right in the gym. So you want to make sure you're burning off your protein correctly in the gym to be able to receive the results that you're looking for. So during those 2 weeks, I took 2 of these a day, ate right after, ate two more meals, and I gained 6 pounds of muscle within 2 weeks.
So let me ask you this, Jean. I know this has been something that you've been able to help me with. And ladies, I'm just going to be very, very transparent with you. You know, Jean was telling me, he's starting to laugh because he knows where I'm coming right now. But ladies, you know, one of our assets that we want to build up is we always want to build up the back end. We always want to get one of the Serena Williams derrieres. And I had messaged him and I asked him, I said, you know, hey, Jean, because he told me, he said, guess what? Chewy will build your butt. And I said, no kidding. How will it do it? What does it do? So, Jean, if I were a woman who was trying to build that portion of my body, how do you recommend I use Chewy and implement it with what type of workouts should I do?
Same thing. Nothing too different. You could take two a day, 2 in the morning. Just make sure you're watching your protein intake throughout the day. You don't want to intake too much protein. When you go to the gym, you do your squats, whatever it is, whatever leg workouts, butt workouts you're going to be doing, just do that. But when you're taking this, make sure you're watching your protein at the same time. And remember, Candace, we were talking about how much one thigh in the chicken is, one chicken thigh, how much protein that has. And how 2 or 3 will be enough for a whole day of protein intake sometimes. So taking this, my wife actually does it now. That's another thing I got to hide is my Chewy bottle. First it was Nutraburst. Now it's my Chewy bottle. But she does the exact same thing. She takes the Chewy in the morning, either 1 or 2 capsules in the morning. She eats right after. And then she does her squats and all the other workouts that she does. And little by little, she's been growing, you know. She's
getting she's getting an extra partner in the back. She's getting some growth.
Yeah. There we go.
My husband is going to go out and buy a Chewy for their wives right now. I promise you. But you know,
I'm telling you, it.
Go ahead.
Real quick, I do have a customer. I'm not going to say his name. But he's been taking Chewy. He hasn't posted up any pictures because he's going to do it for a whole month and then post his results. He's been taking Chewy now for 3 weeks, I believe, going on his 4th week. And he's about 5'4", but he only weighed about
He dropped off again, so just hang tight, guys. He's coming right back on. If you know Jean Garcia, he's going to be quick draw McGraw and get back on here because I'm excited to hear about this testimony. And then I'm going to open it up for you guys to actually ask him some questions that's going to help you in understanding the product, understanding the regimen, maybe even a recommendation of workouts or anything like that. I know he has been starting to take on some new fitness customers where he's been teaching in personal training and virtual personal training with them. So just hang tight. He's going to hop back on. I'm going to let him finish that testimony. And then guess what? We're going to open it up. So I hope you guys have your questions ready. But don't put your questions in there yet until I tell you to, because they're going to get lost in the feed. So I see him coming back on right now. And there he is. So all you. Go right on ahead.
Yeah, so like I said, he's going on his 4th week now, taking Chewy, and this guy went from 115. He's up to about 115. 115. He's up to 135, I believe, was the last time I spoke to him, was a few days ago is what he told me, 135 pounds. So he's gained 20 pounds in 3 weeks, going on his 4th week now. So that's just to show you. And I kept it real simple with him. Take 2 or 3 a day and eat right after, or put it in your food or drink it. However you want to do it, just make sure you're eating. And he's gained 20 pounds already in the last 3 weeks.
So let me ask you that. That's phenomenal because, you know, you would be surprised at how many people are actually looking to gain weight. So to be specific, Mr. Chewy, I can use Chewy to lose weight and tone muscle, or if I'm that person that wants to gain weight, I simply implement the Chewy with a meal, and I can start gaining weight to build muscle so that I can be lean and bulky then.
Yep, exactly. So anybody that wants to lose weight, and that's what I did at first. When I first heard about your Chewy, which was your amazing husband, told me about it. The first thing that I wanted to do was, I still wanted to lose weight. So I was only taking 1 or 2 a day, which was suppressing my appetite. And with the tea combined, it was helping me lose the weight much faster. So, cause I wasn't eating as much. And the thing is, for the ones that don't know, you can take Chewy for an entire month and not have to worry about intaking any sort of food. Chewy will help you survive for an entire month. I know we had Shadana put a status up, and she was like, if you were stuck in an island, what will be the one product that you take with you? Or if you can have one product, what would it be? My answer was Chewy. And what did I say? Chewy's going to live. I got 30 days to figure out a way off this island. That's simple. So like I said, if you want to, when I started, it was me taking it so it could suppress my appetite, and I was shredding weight, building lean muscle. My wife, every time, because I always walk up to her, I'm like, okay, Kiera, you see a difference? I put my hand up, and she'll be like, yeah, I do. And she started noticing the more lean muscle that I was building. And then for the ones that want to gain weight, once I started taking 2 or 3 a day, adding a meal with that, I started just bulking up very quickly. So
awesome. So, what I want to do, Jean, is if you're okay with it, I would like to give the viewers of this Facebook Live, because we've been viewed over 3,000 times already on this video, and we have about 160 some people live right now that I know they're just busting at the seams to, ask you a question. So would you be open to getting some questions?
Oh yeah, ask away. I got answers.
All right. So what we're gonna do, guys, go ahead and pop your question down at the in the comments section, and I'm actually gonna bring the question up, and we're gonna let Mr. Chewy answer your question for you. So I'm waiting for Sharon Steele said, so I could stop eating for 30 days and just do tea, Nutraburst, and Techui. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yes.
Here's the first question. It's actually coming from Angela Hill. And Angela says, what is the portion size for each meal recommended for protein, carbs, etc.?
Protein size. It varies. It honestly varies. With me, I'm doing, like now, because I'm trying to bulk up, I'm probably doing easily between 30 to 45 grams of protein per meal. So I'm intaking a lot of protein a day. But if you're trying to build more lean muscle, this is the biggest thing. If you're doing any sort of low calories a day to lose weight, you still want to build the right amount of muscle or build lean muscle, you want to intake the right amount of protein. So anytime that I tried the 1,200 calorie, I still intake a lot of protein because I didn't want to lose my muscle mass, and I still wanted to be able to lose the weight. So it just varies on exactly the results that you want to receive. Are you trying to bulk up? Are you trying to gain some more weight? Or are you trying to lose weight? If you're trying to lose weight, if you intake too much protein, then you're not really going to lose that weight if you're not burning it off in the gym correctly. So.
Okay, so let me ask you this, Jean, because I know you and I had this conversation. If I take in too much protein, but I do not work out, what happens to the excess protein that I took in?
Eventually, it turns into sugar and then turns into fat. So that's the biggest thing. That's the number one thing that happens whenever you intake too much protein and don't go to the gym. Or if you, even for the ones that do go to the gym and you're trying to figure out why you're gaining weight instead of losing it, is because you're intaking too much protein and you're not burning it off in the gym correctly. And one big tip that I want everybody to know is when you go to the gym, and this might seem hard for a lot of people, it was hard for me. When you go to the gym and you work, or you're working out at home, wherever it is that you work out, you want to work out with an empty stomach. The reason why is because your body's trying to find an energy source. And if you are working out with an empty stomach, it's going to target your belly fat. It's going to target your stored fat that you have, which majority of it sits at the bottom of your belly. So you want to make sure that you're working out with an empty stomach so you can burn the fat off correctly. I have a lot of friends that go to the gym with food in their system, and they're not really burning anything because your body's focusing on.
Uh-oh, I think I lost him again, guys. Just bear with us. Just bear with us because we have a couple other amazing questions. I think Latanya Ellison had asked the question here, and I'm going to pop it up because he's kind of answering that question right now. How do you lose your belly fat? And like he was saying, you know, pretty much losing your belly fat is going to consist of taking the Chewy on an empty stomach and then going to work out, because then it's going to mainly target the belly fat, target the, you know, area that we want to focus on. So he is actually getting ready to come back on now. I see him popping up. So here we go.
I'm back. I'm back.
Yes. So you were saying about the Chewy taking it on an empty stomach will actually start targeting those areas when you work out where you want to lose the fat the most. Am I correct?
When you work out, you want to make sure you're working out with an empty stomach. So when your body's looking for that extra energy source, that extra boost, it's focusing on your stored fat before it focuses on the system already.
Okay. Awesome. So here we have another question from Fern Morgan. Fern says, for ladies that are looking to tone and build muscle, do you recommend Chewy before or after a workout, and how many capsules?
Okay. So this is a good question. For ladies that are looking to tone, let me think. See, the thing with me is I work out late at night, so I have to take Chewy in the morning because so by the time I work out, it's already in my bloodstream. I don't recommend people to take Chewy late at night because now you're going to bed with protein in your system, and what happens is you're not burning it off when you're sleeping, so it's going to turn into fat eventually. So for women that are trying to tone, a lot of times, if you're trying to tone up and build muscle, I usually recommend 2 capsules of Chewy. And I will recommend you to do it. If you're doing it, if you're someone that works out early morning, you can take it right after a workout. Because protein is what's going to help your muscles rebuild. So if you take it right after a workout, it's going to automatically focus on whatever body you worked out at the gym, or whatever body part you were working out at the gym that day. So if you work out in the morning, you could take it after a workout. That's perfect. If you're working out late at night, I wouldn't recommend taking it after a workout. And I really wouldn't recommend taking it before a workout because you want to work out with an empty stomach to burn that fat. So taking it, if you work out late, take it in the morning. If you work out early mornings, take it after your workout.
Awesome. Okay, so we have Valerie Townsend. She said, I'm afraid to take Chewy because it's going to make me gain weight. I still have so much to lose. Can you help me? I didn't catch the beginning. Well, you know what, Valerie? Because he did answer that in the beginning, after we go live, you can actually watch it again, just so he's not repeating the question. Sarana Patino says, Jean, can you give me some advice on how I can use Chewy to maintain my weight and help me get some abs? Any suggestions on the workouts?
Oh man, workouts. Well, the one thing is when you work out, you want to change up your workouts. You want to change up certain things that you do with your body, certain workouts you do with your body. So while I was trying to get abs, all I was doing was crunches. All the time I was doing crunches, and my body was adjusted to it. It was used to it. So I had to figure out different ways that I can work my abs and get the abs that I wanted, get the cuts that I wanted. So you gotta make sure that when you're working out, you're trying different stuff. I usually recommend after 20 to 30 days of doing a workout consistently, you want to switch it up, do something different where your body is like, whoa, like what's this? This is new. This is not normal. Like when I was the one workout that I started doing that really helped my abs show was a Russian twist, where you sit down and you go side to side on the floor. My abs weren't used to that. So when first time I ever did it, I woke up the next day, I couldn't even get up from the bed because I was in so much pain. So you got to switch up your workouts consistently. And you said, give me some advice on how to use your Chewy to maintain your weight. Honestly, if you take your Chewy as a meal supplement, a meal replacement for it to suppress your appetite, you can maintain your weight if you're still eating the correct stuff throughout the day. If you're taking your Chewy and then you're eating junk, it's not really going to help you maintain your weight. So you want to take 1 or 2 a day, let it suppress your appetite, and then just eat normal. Just make sure you're eating stuff correctly. I always tell people fast food is going to hurt you. Soda is going to hurt you. All that stuff that has a lot of carbs, has a lot of bad calories, is going to hurt you. So you want to be careful with that. And for women, the recommended calorie intake for women a day is 1,200 calories. That's usually what women do. When women are starting to hit the 17, 18, 19, 2,000 calorie mark, now you're pushing the chances of you gaining weight. So you also have to be smart with that as well. For men, calorie intake is about 2,000, 2,200, roughly. When men go under 1,700, they start losing a pound a week if they go under 1,700 calories. But if you want to maintain at your certain weight, you want to stick to around 2,000 calories a day. And once again, for the ones that think that Chewy is going to make you gain weight in a bad way, it's not. Regardless, the weight that you gain with your Chewy, it's good weight because it's muscle weight. It's going to help you build that lean muscle. It's going to help you grow that lean muscle.
Awesome. So we have a question from Latanya Hughes who says, can Chewy be taken with resolution drops? What do you recommend?
Yes, you can. My wife so my wife has actually taken, which suppress your appetite, and she takes a Chewy right after, which suppresses her appetite as well. And then and this is usually after she does her workouts. So you can take your Chewy and resolution drops together. And you will see you'll see much more results because of the fact that resolution drops is helping you lose 1 to 3 pounds a day. So if you have something else that's spirulina, 100% spirulina, that's your Chewy, that's very good for your body. Now, and you're suppressing your appetite. Now you're looking at the chances of you losing more than 1 to 3 pounds a day.
Awesome. So I have another amazing question. I kind of like this question because this has been one that I have fought with for a while. Sharon Skill says, how much water should I be drinking if I'm going to just the 3 products with no food? So if she's going to take the 3 products with no food, so tea, Nutraburst, and Techui is what I'm assuming. How much water should the average person consume a day?
You know what? I don't actually have that. I don't remember how much is the recommend intake for water a day. But whenever you're taking the tea, it's a detox tea. Okay, it's going to flush you out. So you need water. You need water in your system. I know I have a lot of customers that have a very hard time drinking water. They hate drinking water. You want to be able to consume as much water, not as much water as possible, but a decent amount of water a day. I go through probably like these bottles, 16.9 ounce bottles. I probably go through, 15, 20 a day. I drink a lot of water. So especially once I started detoxing, I definitely started drinking water. My wife, she takes resolution drops, and she's another person that hates water, and she started drinking a lot of water because she knew that she would end up becoming dehydrated if she didn't intake enough water doing the intaking the tea as well.
Awesome. Okay, I'm going to take maybe 2 or 3 more questions, Jean, and then we're going to go ahead and let you go because I appreciate you giving an hour of your time. But we have one from Naman Washington that says, what product would I need to take to shred body fat, and how much do I take a day? So what do you recommend? It's pretty much your regimen because, you've shredded well over 50 pounds, and you went from being forgive me for saying this, but pudgy to like phenomenal. Your physique is amazing. So, you know, why don't you tell him exactly what your regimen was per day, how you took everything, let him know what you did.
So I actually know who this is. So him and I are very good friends. So the question with that is, the tea, like I'm always going to go back to the tea. I always got to go back to my baby that started everything, the tea. If you take the tea, it depends. I always ask people, how much weight are you trying to lose? If I get the answer of 20 to 30 pounds, the next question I ask them is, how fast do you want to lose it? If I want to lose it in a month or two, then that's when I recommend resolution drops, Iaso Tea, and Chewy or Nutraburst. And the Iaso Tea is going to help you lose up to 5 pounds in 5 days. Resolution drops is going to help you lose 1 to 3 pounds a day if you're doing it correctly. And you're going to shred weight very, very quickly. My wife lost 20 pounds in a month. So if you take anybody that takes resolution drops and Iaso Tea, you're going to shred weight quickly. So, and especially if you're doing it the right way, you're intaking the proper food, you're watching your carbs, you're watching your protein, you're watching your diet overall, you will shred weight very quickly. And that's why I was able to lose 50 pounds so fast, because my first month, I lost about 10 in November. I'm not going to lie, because I still was eating whatever I wanted. I wasn't trying hard. And then December is when I really was like, okay, let me try this. And I paid attention to my calorie. I paid attention to my diet. And I took off, and then my weight just started dropping left and right. So resolution drops, Iaso Tea, if you're trying to lose an excessive amount of weight in a very little bit of time, and it's healthy for you. It's not going to hurt you. I know a lot of people ask the question, well, if I lose 20, 30 pounds in a month, is it going to hurt me? Is it going to make me sick? It's not going to make you sick. Our products are natural and organic, so you're not going to become sick at all. So you take those two products, you'll be golden, especially if you want to reach your goal in a very fast period of time.
Awesome. So the next question that I have, and I'm actually going to answer this one, Jean, because it's coming from Adonis Williams, and he says, you know, what about the tea and the instant tea is different than the regular tea? So guys, what he's talking about is this particular pack of tea here is known as the regular tea, which is the brew tea. You know, it gives you the instructions. This makes a whole gallon that you drink 2 8-ounce glasses a day, 1 4 ounces in the evening. This is the regular tea that he's referring to. And then we even came out with an instant version similar to Crystal Light, where you can literally, I'm going to go like this so you can see it. So you can literally shake it and take it to go. So just to give you an example, this particular product here is all natural and organic. Okay, this is organic. This one is not organic. Okay, it is natural, but it is not organic. So that is the difference in the two teas. This is fully organic. This is all natural. What this is going to do is it's going to give you the same benefits of losing 5 pounds in 5 days. But this particular product here is full organic. So that's the only difference between the two. You're still going to get the same results. This one is just not the organic version. Okay. So that answers that question. We're going to take 2 more for Jean, and then we're going to let it go. Okay, so Meredith Brown, Mr. Garcia says, what do you recommend someone to eat after finishing their workout if they work out on an empty stomach?
I'm sorry, you cut off on that. Okay, you said, what do you recommend someone eat after finishing their workout? Great question. So I actually have an answer for that, because I always eat after a workout. I make sure that whatever I eat is a very small portion because like I said, I work out late. I work out between 7, 8, 9 o'clock p.m. So I make sure that whatever I eat is a very small portion. Sure, usually that it's protein, but not too much protein. And that will help you out with your muscle recovery and you meeting your calorie intake goal for the day. So you basically want to start off high when you're eating. So breakfast come, eat your biggest meal. If you're going to only eat 2-3 times a day, 3 times a day, eat your biggest meal in the morning. So by the time you get to dinner, and say you one of those people that work out late at night, you work out, you eat a small portion, call it a day. For example, my portion, we're talking about maybe 400 calories, like very small portion meal I take right after I finish eating.
Awesome. So I'm going to grab one more question, Jean, and let's see what it is. I'm scrolling through trying to find them now. Let's see.
Oh, yeah. One thing I'll say while you're trying to find that question is if you take a shot of Nutraburst before you go to the gym, oh, man, you're going to feel amazing. Because I take a shot of Nutraburst every day before I go to the gym. I'm in the gym running that treadmill, and people are like, what's wrong with this guy? I'm over here like, oh, yeah, having fun.
Look, don't even take, listen, don't take an NRG and some Nutraburst together, because I'm telling you guys, you will be on 150.
Oh, yeah. The first time I took an NRG and a Nutraburst, it was over.
Crazy. Okay, so our final question is, let's see. Oops, I thought I found it. Give me 1 second, Mr. Garcia. I apologize. A lot of people are thanking you. A lot of people are thanking you for your time, talking about how phenomenal the live is. Very appreciative of all the information. So I'm trying to scroll through all of those as well. This one is coming from, this is going to be our final question for the night, guys. And I really like this question that Felicia Gregory has. I'm trying to get it to pop up on the screen now so you guys can see it. But what she said is, so if you can't work out in the morning, will taking to Chewy not benefit you when you're looking to lose weight and tone muscle?
Yeah, no, it's still, I don't work out in the morning. If you're someone that works, like, for example, I can never work out in the morning because I have so much stuff that's going on in the morning. And I'm not a morning person. I'm not going to lie. You call me at 7, 8 in the morning, I'm not going to be happy. So but you can, the Chewy is still going to work. The reason why is because you're taking it and it's going to be in your bloodstream. It's going to be in your system already. So once you start working out, you're still going to get the exact same results if you were taking it, if you were working out in the morning. It honestly doesn't matter. It's in your bloodstream. It's in your system. It's going to work the same exact way.
Awesome. So that's going to conclude our questions, actually, for the day. But, you know, Jean, I just definitely want to tell you, I thank you. I truly thank you just for, taking the time out to do this interview with us, because you could be doing anything. You could be spending time with your beautiful wife. And, you know, I definitely want to thank Jean Garcia just for lending you to us this evening, because, you know, just scrolling through this, seeing all these comments, you know, you really sowed a big seed into a lot of people's lives tonight by giving them some information that they needed, some encouragement along the way. And, you know, I just want to tell you that I'm truly grateful and thankful that you made the decision to say yes to me with TLC. And I'm emotional with you. Like I texted you the other day, I said, you know, I'm emotional. I even put it up on my Facebook status. I'm emotional looking at this. So, you know, I just wanted, and I think I lost him again. Did I lose you, Jean?
I'm here. Oh, can you see me?
I can see you now. So, you know, I just definitely wanted to tell you, Jean, thank you for all that you do. Thank you for constantly being that motivation, that encouragement. You know, I even texted you the other day and I said, you may not know this, but you motivate me just to do better and to get out there and get it done, because, man, I'm telling you, you just gave so many people so much inspiration. But before we leave, is there any final message that you want to send off? Because I promise you, guys, I'm going to have Jean Garcia back. But tonight, you know, this is going to conclude the interview. So is there anything final that you want to say to all the viewers that are on with us tonight?
Yes, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell everybody something that I've been saying to myself since you don't make excuses to change your life today. I mean, don't make excuses to change your life in the future. Don't try to do New Year's resolutions or whatever. Change your life today at this very moment. You don't even have to wait till tomorrow morning when you wake up. You can start right now. Right now. You don't, your health is not going to wait for you to change. Your health is going to continue to do whatever you're doing to your body. Your health is going to continue to mess up if you're not doing the right things to your body. So you don't want to wait. You want to start right now. When I mean right now, I mean when you get off this live, start right after you get off this live. Don't wait. You got to make sure that your why is big. That's another thing. Make sure your why is big. Like I said, my why was my daughter, and that's why it's like everything's going to change. So don't wait till the last minute. Don't wait till the last minute, because when you wait till the last minute, you might not be able to turn around and change it, because some people weren't able to.
Wow. Yes. Wow. Okay, well, actually, I think Mr. Garcia actually froze right at the time that we were getting off. So, guys, listen, do me a favor, tag Gene in the comments section. Just tell him thank you. Just if you grabbed a nugget, if you got some information, just tell him thank you for sharing this amazing information with you guys. And we will see you on the next live interview where we will be bringing other testimonies in regards to products and finances to Facebook Live. So we'll see you at the top.